Akbaruddin Oasis.
Speaker, sir, I firstly would like to congratulate and thank the people of Andhra Pradesh for their clear-cut verdict against the Telugu Desam BJP alliance in the state. For the misrule of Chandrababu Naidu regime in Andhra Pradesh and the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government at the center. Both the TDP in the state and the BJP-led National Democratic Alliance at the center had earned the wrath of the people for the acts of omission and commission all these years. They had totally distanced themselves from the masses and had reduced governance to serving the interests of the party men and allies, as well as the super rich and money class. And as we all are seeing after a gap of 9 years, we all are seeing Mr. Naidu and his people seated in the opposition benches because of misrule, opportunism, wrong priorities, rampant corruption, wrong vision. Sir, the hero of World Bank, IMF, media, the CEO of AP, who took pride that he was mentioned in the Wall Street Journal, in New York Post, who shared podium with world leaders at Davos in Switzerland, who was happy that Clinton gave him a private audience. Speaker, sir, what we see is the people are the real masters in our democratic setup. They are more wiser and astute than the World Bank, IMF. They have made a right choice. They have dumped a government which failed on all accounts, which did not come to the rescue when needed. Not much needs to be said about the poll verdict in the state. The people voted with vengeance against the TDP-BJP alliance in all the district, region, state, in the state. People, irrespective of caste, religion, class, language, geographical differences, have voted in masses against these two parties which had forfeited their trust. The TDP-BJP government had let loose a reason of oppression against all sections of people. Moreover, the BJP government in Gujarat had organized a state-sponsored program of Muslims following the Godhra incident in the year 2002. However, after making some noises, Chandrababu Naidu kept quiet and continued his party crucial support to the Vajpayee government and even bargained with the center over the dead bodies of Gujarat victims, riot victims, by securing 15 lakh tons of free rice under food for work in exchange for backtracking on the demands of ouster of Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi. Things would have been different if Chandrababu Naidu had broken the ties with the BJP in 2002 itself. He would have lost, anyway he would have lost, but not with such a magnitude. There were several mistakes the previous regime committed in the name of economic reforms. The TDP imposed back-breaking financial burden on the people through frequent hike in power tariff, bus fares, and other taxes. While pursuing popular schemes like Janmabhoomi and Neeru Meeru, etc., the TDP ignored the problems of the vast sections of people. It turned a blind eye to the problems of farmers who shattered by successive drought. It ignored the plight of handloom weavers. It was unmoved by suicide by scores of farmers and weavers. Sir, I need not dwell much on the causes that led to the poll debacle of TDP-BJP in the state, but the post-mortem session of 2 days Mahanadu of the party, Chandrababu has heard the views of his angry partymen and the reasons for their crushing defeat at the hustings. Among the many reasons cited, one crucial reason was the TDP's alliance with BJP, proved fatal for Chandrababu Naidu's party this time. BJP's tirade against the Muslim and Christian spurred in the provocative activities of Sangh Parivar outfits such as RSS, Vishwa Hindu Parishad, and Bajrang Dal. In the state, an anti-Muslim program was organized by Narendra Modi regime in Gujarat totally, thoroughly alienated the minorities from the TDP. Added to this killing, two Muslim youths by the name Azam and Aziz in fake encounter with the police for alleged role in bomb blast in Sai Baba Temple at Srinagar in the year 2002, and the arrest of 18 Muslim youth from the city and the Pota by Narendra Modi police on trumpet of charges of involvement in murder of former Gujarat Home Minister Haryan Pandya last year are classic instances of how previous TDP government harassed Muslims in the state. Haryan Pandya's father termed Modi as the culprit behind the killing of his son, but Chandrababu Naidu allowed the Gujarat police to have a free run in AP. I demand that the counter-intelligence wing of police department be disbanded immediately for the protection of Muslim youth from harassment under the name of ISI, because all the officers are RSS-minded and have an inborn hatred for the Muslims. It is clear that even as anti-incumbency have gripped all sections of society across all the areas and regions in the state, the minorities have joined other sections in throwing out the non-performing and communal government at the center and in the state. The minorities voted against TDP-BJP alliance in every district in all three regions of the state. Chandrababu Naidu must have realized that not a single, single minority candidate filed by his party from minority-dominated constituencies could win the polls in this time. Even though the winners from other parties happen to be from other communities, but not a single minority community member could win the elections from the tick of TDP. The minorities totally rejected the TDP-BJP alliance, and the virtual route of BJP proves this beyond doubt. The minorities have reposed their faith in Congress-led alliance, including Telangana Rashtra Samiti and the two Communist Party, hoping that the Congress rule in the state and the center would usher in a new era of peace, stability, and communal harmony in the country. There are many issues and problems affecting the minorities. These have found a mention in the respective manifestos of Congress, CPI, and CPI-M in the state. Sir, before I go into these issues of minority, let me refer to other major problems confronting the state. First and foremost, the farming community in the state, which is going through dire strait. Almost a third of Andhra Pradesh is in the grip of drought as a result of failure of monsoon and the failure of state government to read the warning signals. There are over 1.1 crore farming families in the state, and they have suffered a lot due to successive drought in the last 3 years. And we have already had a discussion in this regard. The worst affected have been the farmers in the backward Telangana Rayalaseema region. There have been spate of suicide by farmers and we in the state in the last 6-7 years due to TDP's faulty policies for the agriculture sector. Sir, in irrigation sector also, yesterday we had a long debate and a discussion and a statement by the government, but still very brief. The Telugu Desam government claimed that they spent 10,286 crores and created irrigation facilities for 12.37 lakhs hectares. But experts dispute this claim as it did not match with the ground reality. The total amount spent by the government on irrigation for the period of 1995 to 2003 was merger of 8,179 crores, constituting 3% of total revenue of the state government, which were 1,31,399 crores from that period. The TDP's apathy can be best judged by the fact that whereas 29% of planned funds up to 1983 invested on irrigation in the state during the last 8 years, where only 9% of the total plan invested was allocated to irrigation. With the result, many projects have remained incomplete. It is argued that the irrigation sector is completely neglected in TDP role During the state economic survey, it is said that irrigation facilities are reduced for 10.50 lakhs hectares. Another 10.50 lakh hectares are reduced under water tank. Neglect of irrigation projects leads to tension in the district water dispute across, like interstate dispute. Recent fight between the farmers of Kurnool and Mahbubnagar is an example. The examples given below show that the important projects have been taken up. A 555 crores taken as loan from foreign banks for KC Canal modernization before 2001 is still incomplete. In the name of repairs of canals, lakhs of acres is lying without cultivation in Kadapa and Kurnool district, badly affecting the farmers. Foundation stones were laid thrice for Sri Ram Sagar project. In all, 30 crores could be provided by this government, while a sum of rupees 1,258 crores is required for completion of this project. There is no dispute on Godavari waters. Like Krishna waters, whose foundation stones are standing like effigies at Devidula, Dumagudam, Elampalli, Echapuram and Polavan projects. Jurala, Bhima, Nitanpuda, Kalvakurti, Hundri, Neha, Geleru, Nagari, Sri Seram Left Canal, Pulichintala, Janjavati, Totapalli, Guna are some of the other projects lying without any progress. The neglect of irrigation projects led to famine which shook the farmers who resorted to suicides. Though TDP government did not openly come out, it is known fact that new projects were taken up at the dictates of the World Bank. The first thing that the Congress government did after coming to power was the waiver of 1,200 crores power bill arrears of farmers and free supply power to them. A relief package has also been announced by the families for farmers who committed suicide, but I hope the free power will continue for the 5 years. It would not be stopped in between. However, the spread of farming is widespread and the condition is so precarious that many farmers have committed suicide due to crop failures and huge deaths in the last 3 weeks. This is a very serious issue and it needs to be tackled promptly, firmly, that the state does not get a bad name. Sir, another major issue is the Naxalite problem. Everybody knows how this problem got aggravated during the TDP rule. The Alipuri accident on October 1st, in which Mr. Chandrababu Naidu was targeted by the Naxalite, was a culmination of bloody confrontation between the police and the Naxalites. All these years, Naxalite violence peaked during the Telugu Desam regime, while the PWJ Naxalites and the AP police forces, special police and greyhounds, the special AP police and the greyhounds eliminated 1,485 Naxalites in encounters, fake or otherwise, between 1995 to 2003. And Mr. Chandrababu Naidu became the first CM to be attacked by the People's War Group. It is a welcoming sign that the Congress has recognized that during the 9 years of TDP rule, the widespread poverty, unemployment among the last section of people led to unprecedented spurt is in the left-wing extremist activities in the state. The policy of bullet for bullet of TDP government did not really help in containing the situations. The Congress has thus viewed the extremist movement from the larger socio-economic perspective rather from the narrow law and order angle. Certainly, violence has no place in democracy. But our party's demand is that, first, the ban on the People's War should be lifted. We welcome the Congress government efforts to have unconditional and meaningful dialogue with the Naxalites to find a lasting solution to this nagging problem that has persisted in the state for the last 36 years. The civil liberties and human rights groups and intellectuals must lend a helping hand in facilitating the dialogue The sooner the dialogue is started, the better it will resolve the problem. But here I may add a word of caution. The hardliners among the police officials should be restrained, otherwise they would try to derail the dialogue as they did during the TDP regime in the year 2002. The other major issues awaiting the new government response is the Telangana. In our view, the backwardness of Telangana region is glaring fact. The successive governments, including those of Congress in the past, did not do enough to develop the backward region of Telangana. The situation deteriorated over the last few years of TDP rule so much so that an all-pervading feeling came among the people of Telangana that they are neglected and injustice is done to the region. For this reason, out of 107 assembly seats in the region of Telangana, the TDP could get only 11 seats, while the BJP could manage just a single one seat. The TDP-BJP alliance got 36% of votes. The Congress party, in a state manifesto, referred to this issue and recognized the growing emotion and aspiration of people of Telangana region. The Congress, while taking note of the report of the first state reorganization committee, has said that the whole issue of smaller state could be best addressed by another SRC in the Common Minimum Program of the United Progressive Alliance. Government said it would consider the demand for the formation of Telangana state at an appropriate time. Due to consultation and consensus, let us hope the state and center sort out these issues to everybody's and everyone's satisfaction. So 3 minutes. Sir.
Please conclude.
I'll just conclude, sir. So there are many other problems about which the Congress government has unveiled in this action plan. Sir, regarding the new Chief Minister has announced ex gratia for the families of victims of police firing. The previous government has admitted that the police have registered 533 cases in connection with the anti-power tariff hike agitation, while 23,886 persons were arrested in connection with 449 cases registered under Section 151 Criminal Procedure Code, and 1,528 persons were taken into custody in connection with 104 cases under specific sections. The new government should take immediate steps to withdraw these cases and stop the harassment of persons booked for the agitation at the time of power tariff hike. So another important issue is the harassment of domestic power consumers, mostly from poor and middle class, going on the state since May 2000 by the AP Transco authorities in the name of curbing power pilferage. The AP Transco has booked over 4 lakh cases for alleged pilferage of energy and tampering with power meters. These cases were booked under the Indian Electricity Act, AP Amendment Act 2002, which enacted to fulfill one of the conditions stipulated in the World Bank Assistant AP Power Sector Restructuring Project. Sir, about 10,000 people were arrested and remanded judicial custody in connection with these cases. Most of the arrested persons are innocent and they are facing trumpet of charges. The new government should review all the cases, withdraw the false cases, and drop the criminal legal proceeding against the innocent consumer. So, though the people are overburdened with taxes, crores of rupees were swallowed in scams worth 12,367 came to light. If the other private scams as taxes, concessions, lands to private parties, agreement with private parties are taken into account, of some 47,000 crores was reported to have been swallowed. Sir,
please conclude.
Sir, I am concluding, sir. Coming to the last paragraph, sir. Regarding the issues of the minorities, sir, the first and foremost is about the reservation to the minorities and the inclusion of minorities into backward classes. There was a Puttaswamy Commission which had given its interim report. Our demand and request to the government is that on the basis of the interim report submitted by the Puttaswamy, a 5% reservation to be announced for the minorities, or see the legality, and if direct reservation could be given by an ordinance, we would welcome this also. We would also want a minimum of 100 houses to the Muslims at each mandal under the government housing scheme, as nearly 80% of Muslim Andhra Pradesh live in rented houses. Sir, regarding Urdu, has been made second language in 12 districts of Andhra Pradesh. Our party has demanded the previous government also that justice to Urdu as a language can only be done, it is linked with unemployment. We request you to make Urdu a second official language in the whole state, and the government must create minimum 100 government jobs at each district. And as first step, we would request your good self to appoint an Urdu-knowing person in the Chief Minister's office as a government servant. Sir, regarding the Minority Finance Corporation, the government must increase the Minority Finance Corporation budget from 12 crores to 50 crores. Sir, regarding the literacy level among the Muslim community, the literacy level among the Muslim community are very low, especially among the families. We would like the Congress government to create a new head of account exclusively only for the education upliftment of Muslim minorities. The previous government has given only party sum of 1.2 crores annually. We request at least 30 crores to be given. Sir, we also request the Congress government to come up with a special package for the development of old city of Hyderabad. Because if we have to look upon nearly 5,000 crores of taxes are collected from the city of Hyderabad for the central government and 5,000 for the state government, and 700 crores is collected by the municipal corporation. Our demand is that to please allocate 100 crores package for the development of old city in the field of education, in the field of sports, in the field of recreation, in the field of development of old city, in road widening and other job opportunities by giving some subsidized land for coming up with new industrial growth in old city, sir. Sir, recently...
Please conclude.
Sir, I'm completing, sir. Just a minute, I'll complete, sir. 16 Muslim youths from Andhra Pradesh have been arrested for their alleged involvement in murder of Harin Pandya, sir. Our party's request and a demand to the government is that in this Harin Pandya case, all these 18 boys were arrested by the Gujarat police. These boys are innocent. We request the government of Andhra Pradesh to have a talk with the government of Gujarat and also to the CBI and see that justice is being given to these 18 youths. Sir, I also request that there is SETWIN which was established by the then Congress government to train the youth. This SETWIN should also be strengthened and given more strength. There is also a Quli Qutub Shah Development Authority for the development of old city, but always it has been faced by a lot of scarcity of fund. I request through you to the government to give at least 50 crores as an immediate relief to the Quli Qutub Shah Urban Development Authority for the immediate relief of the authority. Sir, lastly, I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and also I would like to tell my Congress friends that today, if the Congress is in power, it is also because of the appeal by our party president, Mr. Sultan Salahuddin Owaisi, asking the Muslims to vote for the secular parties. Sir, MIM is famous for being friends. We are friends to friend and enemies to enemy. Whether it's a friendship or enemy, we are very true in everything. I hope the Congress government do not take us for granted and do not just make us happy. We want the Muslim and the minority community entirely to be happy. I have made an attempt to recapitulate the wrong policies of the TDP government so that the present Congress government will not repent such things and try to bring sukha to the common. With these few words, sir, I thank you and support the motion of thanks for the governor's address.
Kishan Reddy.